Hey everybody, welcome back to Teensy Vintage. This is Teresa, and you can probably tell my voice is a little different. I am congested today, lucky me. Anyway, I hope you don't mind too much. I've already put off recording this voiceover for a few days, and really wanted to get this video out, so let's go. Today we're going to work on the gel plate, and I'm pulling out a bunch of different acrylic paints in a variety of bright colors because that was the mood I was in. And we're going to be using these large size tags. They're the white things over there on the right side of the page. I believe they're Dina Wakley, but you know, tags are pretty easy to get. Um, but these are the quote unquote large ones. They're 8.5 inches tall. So I put down some purple paint, and I've also used a sheet of bubble wrap and just really gently pressed it down to make a nice bubbly pattern. And I'm going to lay down this first tag and get a gorgeous purple um, bubble pattern, which is really fun. I use that bubble sheet a lot in this project. So there's 4 tags, and I'm going to use this bubble wrap over and over again. This time we're working with a really deep pink. I think the color is called Madder Rose or something. But yeah, just pulling up prints, getting some really good coverage here. Um, Nice and grungy. That's my favorite part of the gel plate is a nice grungy ink press pull. Um, I don't know, to me it's just good stuff. So now we're going to go in with a blue, and I'm going to use that brayer just to spread it out very thinly and evenly. And sometimes I'll use my brayer to, put a little pressure on there. You can use your hands, of course. You can also use your brayer. Just note that sometimes if you use your brayer, you may get some residual ink or paint, whatever you're using on your design. But in this case, it didn't bother me at all. So now I'm going in and getting some more color on these tags. I've got the main background color I want. And now I'm just going in and picking up little bits of paint here and there. Now it's time for some orange. This is a great medium orange, very bright, colorful. And that one I didn't do any bubble wrap on. That one I'm just putting straight on there. I've got some lime green. And sometimes I cover the whole plate. Sometimes I only cover a small portion. It just depends. For this part of the the pulls rather, I'm just getting little pieces of color, you know, just taking little bits of color here and there because I'm building up texture and I'm building up different layers simply with color. And the nice thing is that since a lot of these acrylic paints are on the translucent side, I can get some color blending as well. So that means I can get some greens. If I mix the blue and the yellow, I can get some nice purples by mixing blue and pink. It's just, depends on what you're going for. I really like having these different colors pop through. So yeah, put a little more pink on the plate. And now I'm just going around the edges and trying to cover up any white spots that there might be. You can see we're kind of getting this blended rainbow look. Um, just really very colorful and bright. Just really cheerful looking colors. Um, I mean, of course, you can go with any color set you want. Now here I'm just trying to clear off a lot of the plate, but as you can see, a lot of it's still on there. That really doesn't bother me very much, but I just wanted to get off what I could. There is cleaning stuff you can use, but I don't bother with it. All right, here's my 4 background tags, and they're all pretty bright. They're all just different enough. So now I've got out a couple cosmetic wedges, and I've got 4 tags. Oh, there goes the camera. Fun with technology. Okay, so now I am going to take the cosmetics wedge and some really light yellow and go over some spaces with the paint directly. And this is to either brighten yellow that's currently there, fill in a white space, or make a little bit of a blended color. Now I've got a darker yellow that I'm working with, and this is also going to blend in. And I'm just, you know, putting it wherever I want, wherever it needs a little color, little zhuzhing, as our friend Tim Gunn would say. And just kind of going in and adding a color here and there. The yellow is a nice color to add because it brightens as well as blends. On that blue, I'm getting a little bit of a green effect where I put the yellow. So, yeah, play around, have fun, see what works. And again, this is all just layering, and we're building up color. Now I'm going in with this very bright cobalt blue. The blue is also transparent, but very intense. You can see I can kind of get a little bit of green when I go over those yellow spaces, a little bit of purple by going over the pink. It's almost kind of a stained glass effect in some of these spaces. But yeah, just having fun, adding a little blue here and there. The cosmetic swedge gives it a nice soft look too. You could also add the color with your fingers. Just be aware that, you may leave a fingerprint and you might not want that on your page or your tag. All right, so I had some leftover paint and I just pulled a page out of this old math book, and I'm just going to apply the paint to this page, and that page can be used in some other project down the road. And now I'm going to clear off the paint that is still here on my workspace. All right. Okay, so now we're going back to that really intense pink, the Madder Rose. Um, and I'm going to add that here and there too. This one's also transparent, yet really intense. Um, this color, man, it's very bright. On camera, I don't know if it's as bright as it is in real life, but trust me, it's really bright. So I'm just going around the edges here, filling in spots that need kind of that bridge between a warm color and a cool color. It's not red, but it is definitely a deep pink. And I'm really happy with how those turned out. All right, part two here. So I went and found some animal images and photocopied them. And now I'm going to glue them to these tags. And yes, some of the images are bigger than the tags, and that's okay. We're just going to cut off the excess. Playing with scale a little bit here too. Here's some here's some raccoons in a backyard bird bath. Really cute. We're going to cut off the excess, and that way, there they are. All right. I've also got another one. I think this one, is the chipmunk. Yes, little chipmunk eating a seed or a nut, just being adorable. Yeah. And now we've got a very serious owl. I really like owls. I especially like it when you can see their legs, because owl legs to me are hilarious. But this owl, you can't see her legs. That's okay. She's perched. She's looking for her dinner. And again, we're going to cut off the excess paper that's sticking out. And finally, last but not least, is this mama deer and her baby. Looking real cute. Um, I went for these kind of, some of them were more black and white than others, but they're more muted. And I went for this look as a contrast to the really loud background. So I'm just making sure that everything is adhered evenly and there's no air bubbles. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. And now I'm going to look for some sentiments. And I immediately pulled out the Tim Holtz book with the Snarky sentiments because I wanted these to be really fun. And so putting things on here that are, a little haha funny. Um, I made this set for a fundraiser for a local nonprofit called Austin Wildlife Rescue. And they do some really amazing work in our community. by literally saving birds, squirrels, raccoons, armadillos. What else? I mean, any kind of wild creature that is in our city that's hurt or needs help. Austin Wildlife is there to be that help. And I created this set of 4 tags for their silent auction for their brunch that's coming up. And I'm going to put all the information in the description below so that if you want to bid on anything at their silent auction or buy tickets to the brunch, you can do that. You can support this wonderful organization. They're really near and dear to my heart. I am a monthly supporter. I send them money every month. And I just think it's so important to support the creatures in your community that, can't advocate for themselves. Okay, so all that said, we've got some funny little snarky sentiments now, and you'll be able to see those in the photo close-ups at the end of this video. The final part is to do an outline, and I wanted to outline all the creatures. One, to, make them really stand out. I mean, they already kind of stand out on these crazy backgrounds, but to just give them a finished look. So I'm using a Posca paint pen here in black to just go around the edges and give everything a crisp, clear edge. I think it just makes everything look very clean and put together. So yeah, I'm gonna give everybody a quick outline and get all these little delicate baby deer legs. We'll get Mama there too with her cute little ears. But yeah, love a Posca paint pen. It's a quality paint pen, good coverage, and makes a clean line. And we've got our raccoon party here. We can get all those little ears and little toes. Um, I hope they're having a good time hanging out at this bird bath together. There we go. All right. I'm going to put a date stamp at the bottom. Gosh, I made these over a week ago. Between the holiday weekend and me being sick, I haven't had a chance to post this until now. So here we go. And we're also going to sign all of these. And then the last thing we're going to do, I want to add a ribbon, which I guess I didn't film that part. Sorry, Elle, but there they are. Finished piece. I think they turned out really cool. So sit back, enjoy all the snarky comments on these cute little tags. And if you are able, give a little money to Austin Wildlife Rescue. All right, until next time, y'all, take care.